This is part two of doing the front axle on the 200. So this side, the first side, the left side was very stuck. And I had to heat the tie rod, this outer tube, you can see. I'll have to clean that up and paint it, and then the other side come right apart, and you can see the other side's been replaced. It's got that silver never seed on it. That come right out. And you can see it's not the original length. See, the new ones are short. They put the original steel cast steel clamp back on it, but you can see it's got a mark every inch. The original is every 2 inch because the tractor adjusts every 2 inches. And look at how much shorter this one is. So I don't know if you widen it all the way out, if that's enough tie rod. But that's what I ran into when I bought one myself. I took it back. But yeah. So anyway, this axle, this is what it looks like when you pull it out. I cleaned it up, but this one come right out with the power steering. Didn't have to rattle it with the air hammer or anything. It just pushed right out like it's supposed to. But I don't think they've ever been out before. You know, those paint marks where the circles are, that's where the original, where it's set when it came out of the factory, and that's where it was when I took it apart. So hard to tell. It's 48 years, so maybe they've been moved once, but I just don't see any evidence of any line left where it's been for a while and then moved again. Just doesn't look like it. So, excuse me, I got a little bit of a sniffles. I don't know if it's allergies or what. But anyway, this side, I don't know why this one was so stuck and the other one come right out. But this one was very stuck. So I think, I don't know, maybe this oil line, this goes to your hydraulic oil cooler. Maybe that burst or leaked at one time and it got down in the axle tube and collected dirt and packed in, or who knows, maybe just chance that it stuck. But I got other stands to put under here, better ones, but they're in use right now. And these tires are full of fluid, and I tried not to let this one tip, and tipped. And I don't know if I got the strength these days to pick that up full of fluid, just to tip it up. I'll try it. I'll probably do it, but it's a backbreaker. Years ago, my dad's 190 XT got a flat, and me and him loaded into because his pickup was down. We had to use his grain truck, which he had the tailgate out. And we lifted one of these full of fluid up into that truck. I don't know how. I remember it was a struggle. Could never do it. I could never do it now. I mean, it was me and him, and he was probably in his late 40s when we did it. I'm 54 now. Yeah, heavy. The other one, I managed to roll over there, lean against the seed corn. And here's this was stuck. I had sold my 190, my straight 190 to my brother, and he didn't have room to keep it inside. And it sat outside for a couple of years, and in that couple of years, and I use the 3-point all the time on that thing, this 3-point froze up. So I had to heat one end. I got the other end rocked loose and took them apart, cleaned everything up, painted that. There's the other. I got to clean the threads on it. I'm going to let them set for a couple days. And there's why do I got a mess in here? I got to get this cleaned up in a couple months for graduation. I don't know where I'm going to put all this stuff. There's the other one. But yeah, these are really good, sturdy 3-points on these tractors. This doesn't have the spin-out wheels, so if you want to narrow it, you can move these clamps, move the rim to there's another rib on the inside or move it on the wedge. I've moved them on the wedge before. Weren't too bad. This one here, I think I had to heat it. And you don't have to heat it much. And it expanded. You can see I don't think I did that hammered on it. I think that was that way when I got it. I might have done that. I don't know. It's been a couple years ago. But there's a few things. It needs seals in the lift shaft for the 3-point on each side, especially this side. And I made these handles to turn it because it didn't have the wrenches that came with it. They're supposed to hang like the 7000 series. It's supposed to hang right on there. I don't know why they were gone. I put them on for now until I can run across the right thing, if I ever do. But yeah, this could be my planter. I put the, let's see, I got too much stuff in the way there. I mounted the monitor in there. When I had my brother's XT land handler on the planter, I mounted the monitor right there. But with that window, I can't do it unless I want to drill holes in this shroud, and I don't want to do that. So, mounted it there. I didn't put these lights back on yet. But this ain't too bad. I don't know why white didn't make an adjustable, adjustable alarm. This thing's so loud. I gotta close it up. I gotta put more tape on it, actually. It's just, especially when I'm gonna be in the cab now. But this is where we used to have it way back when we planted with, we actually rented the landlord's. He had a 971 Select-A-Speed Ford, narrow front. Power steering was really bad on that thing, but the tractor was efficient and pretty powerful. We planted with that, and it was the monitor for the John Deere planter was mounted on the fender like this. We had a 4-row planter. Dad did 7,000. It was a good planter, but and we planted, I think, a little bit with the D17, and I don't remember if you ever put the monitor on for that. Might have just planted because that thing was so reliable. You just look at every time you picked up and you saw the seat on the ground as you're picking up, and that was your monitor. But on the Ford, it had a spot to mount the monitor, and the D17 had the generator, so it was positive ground. I can't remember if we actually had the monitor on that. I planted with my D19. Don't remember if we had the monitor. It's back in the 80s when when I was still in high school. And I bought my D19 my senior year. It's my first tractor I purchased. Still have it. Clutch is out on it. I got a loader on it now, but it doesn't make a great loader tractor. Hydraulics are slow. But it's comfortable. It's a nice haying tractor, actually. Nice and quiet. Comfortable seat. Quiet engine. But anyway, this is... So I run the wire down. I like to put a cab kit in this. And then I just put extension cord, short piece of extension cord. I got bulk. I bought it at an auction. And I put my own plugs on, so wired on a plug on the end, so I can just unplug it and leave that cord out for if I got other things to plug in. It goes down to the batteries under the floor here. But it's probably my favorite tractor to drive. Even though when I bought it, it had a couple issues. The hydraulic pump was really weak, which I didn't realize, so I put it in the field. High side on the power director was out, which I didn't know until I put the chisel plow in the ground. So I ended up spending, I got the tractor pretty cheap. So I guess that's why you get it cheap. So I ended up spending just like I had bought an expensive $200. but it's still worth it. It's a nice tractor to drive. I wish I had air conditioning. It doesn't, never did. But it works. The windows open nice and wide, and I don't know if these windows lift off on a 7000. You can, on a 7000 series, you can undo those hinges there, and then lift the window right off. They lift right off up there, and I'm not sure if these lift off. The door is easy to take off. It's real easy on this one. Unhook that up there. The door just lifts right off the pins. There's nothing else. Just got pins up there. Lifts right off. There's that. There's the top of the pin. I don't know if you can see it, but it comes off easy. I had to put new ones on. Somebody had homemade ones, and this top of this door has been welded, so I assume they've hooked something with it with the door open. And they had homemade pins, and they broke. One broke when I was haying last year, so Agco, you could still get them. So I got them. I could have made them one after I looked at it, because I didn't know what was supposed to be up there. And all they are is a bent bolt with no head on it. But I got them. Agco had them, and that was kind of nice. So anyway, that's all.